Hello, Todd Clemens, Okeechobee Livestock Market, and here is your weekly market report. I want to thank my son Matt for taking over for me last week, and behind the camera, my daughter Audra, who is the producer, editor, director of this little newsletter every week. And we think it's good because it educates people and it tells you what's going on around Okeechobee, and also some national news about the cattle industry and things that are affecting us nationwide that affect us right here in Okeechobee. So for this week, we had a big run of cattle Monday with over 1,500 head, and that seems to be kind of trending now because on weekends, a lot of the people that have cattle have full-time jobs. They go to work on Monday, 8 o'clock, come home at 5. They work all week long, and the weekends are when they can do their cow work. So we're seeing a trend. It's not like it was back in the day where the bigger ranchers were the ones that brought all the cattle to town. It's the smaller 30 head, 40 head people that are the ones that are keeping the cattle business and cattle industry alive. And it's hard to get where it used to be 10 people that were producers. Now there's 100 that have the same amount of head of cattle, just dispersed it out into bigger areas. You've got more people, and it's harder to get more people to agree. You can get 3 or 4 people to agree on something. That's not easily done, but to get 100 people to agree on something and to consolidate is really hard. So that's kind of good. You hear consolidation, and that is really not a good word, especially when you look at the big four packers. You've got that consolidation at the very, very top, and you get the feedlots that are corporate feedlots that these packers use to get their supply from, and there's a small number of them. And then you've got the independent feedlots that don't have to they sell to whoever they want to sell, and they're still a free voice and free will to do whatever. And we have to have that independence to keep all this business going, keep it viable, where it's not that vertical integration, that mean, bad term vertical integration, which is the killer of the producers. It's happened in the chicken business, it's happened in the pig farms and the pork business, and they're kind of wanting it to happen in the beef industry also. But you're not going to get that. It's not going to happen as long as we keep these cattle spanned over all these different people all over everywhere, because they'll be independent, and that's just kind of runs in our blood, I suppose. So the prices this week were a little bit crazy. Monday was certainly better, certainly higher on calves, with a large run over 1,500 head, and prices looked better, and the news felt good. Fundamentals are good. We thought that, well, these prices are going to take off now, here we go. And that's the feeling we had Monday. And then there were a lot of cattle traded all over the whole state. I think over 5,000 head were traded on Monday, and Tuesday it comes around and we only had 1,000 head on Tuesday, which might have been a blessing in disguise because calf prices didn't hold up to the level they did on Monday. Probably had something to do with the larger volume, larger supply on Monday, and trucking situation. You only have so many trucks to haul so many cattle, so I think they backed off a little bit on Tuesday for just due to the volume and the supply. But anyway, it wasn't a killer. It was kind of depressing to see calves back off $2 to $3 after you saw a nice gain on Monday. But anyway, fundamentally, we're still in the driver's seat as far as the producers go. We feel like it's coming back our way. Packers are having to get out there and buy cattle at higher prices every day. Last week, fat cattle prices were probably $1 or $2 higher every day of the week. So that kind of puts the feedlot guy in the driver's seat for once. And supply is lower, inventory is lower, and demand is still good. And we keep feeling like and believing that these prices are going to trickle back down to the producers, back down to the calves. And we're getting those 6-weight calves on up there to around $1,000. Saw some real nice steers weighing in the sixes, 630, 640, 650, bringing $1.60 or better, right there at $1,000 on those good steers. The 5-weight calves are bringing around 170, around $850 a head, which is not bad. The heifers are still 15 or 20 cents off of the steers, which probably just translates back into the fact that the heifers won't convert their feed. It costs a little bit more to feed a heifer than it does a steer. So those heifers are going to be a little bit cheaper than the steers are. And we're looking at $7 a bushel corn. That hadn't cheapened up any. Fuel prices are going up even higher. And I've heard talk from some of these truckers around here that there definitely is going to be a diesel shortage later on this year, if you can imagine that. I know that our president has opened up reserves and has taken diesel and gas, I guess, out of our federal reserves. I don't know how long the reserves are going to last, but they can't last forever. There's some real scary issues going on. I mean, you think about these trucks, if they're not running down the road, that's kind of a scary situation. And we hope we don't get to that point. I've got my I voted sticker on, and I hope everybody that cares about our country and about what's going on here will get out and vote. These midterm elections are so very important, and we need to get some stuff done here pretty quick. And if we don't get it done now, it's going to be a long time. Another 2 years of the way we've been going, it's going to be pretty tough. So let's get this thing changed around and get some good things going for our country, get it headed back in the right direction. Well, I think that'll about wrap it up. We had some high prices this week on the calf side. William and Robert Kennedy, longtime consigners to Okeechobee Livestock Market, had a little 180-pound calf that brought $2.70 a pound. And then on the cow side, on the slaughter cow side, we had a 1,265-pound cow brought in by 2T Cattle from Moorhaven. She brought 81 cents. She was bought by Florida Beef. That's your market report. Thank you.